You're welcome to another practical accounting training session. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Excel templates I sent on the group. In this template, there are so many there are so many sheets under this workbook in this template. There are so many sheets under this template. There are so many sheets under this template. I'm going to be showing you how to use them. Although there are more than 14 to 15 sheets under this template, but the most important ones are the journal, the ledger, the trial balance. That is the journal, the ledger, the trial balance. The ledger and trial balance are under one same sheet. They are under one same sheet. So I'm going to show you how to use the journal, the ledger, the trial balance, the notes to accounts, which is all this, the statement of profit and loss, which is this one here, the statement of financial position, which is this, the statement of cash flow, which is this one, and statement of changes in equity, which is this. I'm going to be showing you how to use this template to prepare your financial statements. That's what I'm going to be showing you what to do. So instead of teaching you how to make your own template, I will just send my own templates to you so that you can use my template to prepare your account, because teaching how to make a template or creating a template by yourself is somehow hard and it's studious and it's very bulky, and just one mistake can like ruin hours of work for you. That's why I'm going to be just giving you my template and showing you how to maneuver the templates. So the first thing in this template is the journal, but before you get into your journal, you need a summary of all transactions that the business has done or has undertaken. You need a summary of them. And in most of my videos, the bookkeeping videos, I taught how to track sales, how to track expenses. That was what I taught here, like using some accounting software and some online softwares like the Zoho books, the Loivo POS. So I taught you how to track expenses and sales with those type of online software. And even if the organization or the person you're preparing accounts for does not use those type of software, you can actually just ask the person, can you give me your invoice, your manual invoice, so let me see everything. The person will give you. You can from those things prepare your account, prepare a summary of everything. But although there are also sometimes, now also in fact so many times, most businesses in Nigeria, they hardly keep record. Meaning most of them don't issue out receipt, most of them don't give out invoice, and even if they give, those are things that they just keep anyhow and misplace. So if that is the case, you can just ask the business owner to give you the bank account of the business, the bank statement of the business in Excel format. You can tell the person to give you his bank statement for the business in Excel format so that you can use it here in Excel. So that is what you're going to do. And most businesses, so what I'm going to just do is just to ask the business owners for his bank statement in Excel format. That is if he does not keep a proper record. So we just ask for his bank statement, because of most or if not all of how money goes out or how money comes in his business is through the bank. Even if it is by cash, the business owner usually takes the money to the bank and transfer. So the first thing you do is to ask for his bank statements. So once you get the bank statements, which is this, something like this, you analyze it. I'm going to show you how to analyze the bank statements in another video. So after analyzing the bank statement, you create a summary for the bank statements, which is all this. You create a summary for the bank statement. So after you've created a summary for the bank statement, the next thing you do is to turn this summary into a journal. I'm going to show you how to analyze the bank statement. I'm also going to show you how to do a summary on the bank statement. Then the next thing you do is to go straight to the journal. You use the bank summary to analyze your journal. To create your journal, which I'm going to show you how to do in another video. So from the journal, the next place you go is your ledger, and the ledger is under this trial balance, is inside the trial balance. So the ledger and trial balance is under one sheet, so we click it. So when you open your trial balance, when you open this TB, you will see the account code, the account classification. The account code and account classification is basically what we call the charts of accounts. So maybe in an interview or so, if someone asks you what is a chart of account, it's just the breaking down of the of let me say the accounts. And normally we have 5 classes of account, which are the asset, liability, the income, expenses. So I already talked about that one in another video. You can go back to that one and refer to it. So those 5 classes of accounts, when you break them down and add code to them, that is what we call a chart of account. And for the assets, the code for the asset should be from 1000 to 1999. For the liability, it should be from 2000 to 2999. For the equity, it should also be from 3000 to 3999. For the income, it should be from 4000 to 4999. Same goes for the expenses, which is from 5000 to 5999. So that is basically what a chart of account is. So from all here, this your account code and account classification, that is basically the breaking down of the account into parts. So the next thing there is your opening balances. So if you add any opening balance for that is coming down from the previous year, you will just add the amount here. If it's a debit account, you put it in the debit. If it is a credit account, you put it at the credit aspect. So let me say, for example, we had bank, for example, like an opening balance like last year cash, remaining cash that was in our hand, remaining money at the bank was 10,875,000 naira. So we put that amount that we are bringing down from last year, which is 2024, we bring it down to the beginning aspect of 2025, which is this. So that is it about the opening balance aspect. Why this part here is the transaction within the year, that is the transaction for the year. Everything that happened in the year, this is where we're supposed to record it. So from the journal, I was supposed to be posting things from the journal to our trial balance here. So for example, let's look at the first thing in our journal, which is the advertisement. The advertisement is an expenses, obviously. So it has a debit balance of 339,800. So we just come to our trial balance, we go down to the expenses. Expenses is at the downside. We look at advertisements. So we look for what advertisement is. So these advertisement expenses, we debit it. because it's an expense. We just take it a debit. We just put let me show you how to do it. Even though I will do it next, I will do a video on this. Equals to, you put equals to there, you come to your journal entry and you click this amount and press enter. It will give you your advertisement expenses. So the next thing there is your bank. The double entry there is your bank, which is a credit aspect. So you go to your bank, which is this. You go to the bank, which is this, and credit that amount there. You credit the amount, that same amount there. So that is it about the transaction for the year. So any transaction that happen in the year, we will just record it here. So we look for our journals, come to the journal. Airtime, you come to the trial balance, you record it. The corresponding entry is the bank. You go to the bank, you record the same for bank charges. That is supposed to do it. So for the transaction for the year, we just come to our journal, we start speaking. So the next part there is our closing ledger balance. This one, there's no need for you to compute anything here. You're not supposed to type anything in this part because there are formulas here already. Meaning that once you've inputted your figure in this opening balances side and the transaction for the year, it will automatically give you an answer in your closing ledger balance. For example, now we had a receivable. We borrowed an employee money and we recorded it as 20,000 naira. It didn't just automatically told us that there is a 20,000 naira closing balance. Don't worry, I will create a video for this, but what I'm doing now is to just show you how to use this Excel template. So this closing balance is just where formula is. The next part there is the journal entries. The journal entry. This journal entry aspect here, since you already created a journal entry here, there's no need for you to create another one in this place. This one is just for you to put your adjustments, or during school time, most of the adjustment is actually under the additional information aspect, but in real life nobody will give additional information. You are the one that is supposed to think and know how the adjustments will be. But no, I'll show you how to do that also. So we come here to our journals. After we've recorded all the bank summary, there should be adjustments. So adjusting entries, these adjusting entries are what we are supposed to record. In the journal entry aspects. Like for example, now we had an accumulated depreciation of 265,604. So this is what we recorded here. So what I was supposed to record in this journal entries aspect is just our adjusting entries. That is our adjustments. Just our adjustments. Because in real life workplace, nobody's going to tell you that you are going to depreciate. No, you are the one that's going to know that since they bought an asset, or since there's an asset in this business, you are going to depreciate it. So it depends on the policy of the company on how they want to depreciate the assets. So you use that amount to depreciate it. So we are going to do all these ones in a later video. I'm not showing you how to use this Excel template. So after you've done this, there's no need again for you to put anything in this final trial balance. The thing will automatically, as long as you've put something in the transaction for the year, the opening balance, and this journal entry, the thing will just automatically give you your answers. So that is one of the best things about this template that I'm giving you. It automatically give you your final trial balance. It automatically give you all this. So after the final trial balance, the next thing there is our check, our control. This one is not part of the financial statement, but this is just to help you. This is to help you know what you are doing, if what you are doing is actually correct also. So this place here and this statement of financial position check and statement of cash flow check should be zero, which is this. If this is not showing you zero, it means that there is a mistake in your work. You need to find out where the thing is. But this particular account I'm showing you, this is actually showing me that yeah, this is very okay. And also this particular place here is showing me that is zero also. This place must also be, zero. Must also be zero. So this is just the control side, the check. That is one of the best thing about these templates. And here also I have a control. I like putting control in my work so that I will know where if there is mistake and when there is mistake in the work. So this down aspect, everything must be zero. They must be balanced. So let me show you one. For example, see this transaction within the year. Let me remove airtime. For example, you see it's in showing me that there is a balance of 11,100 naira that I need to put in order for my account to be balanced, because we are using double entry principle. The the airtime here, we bought airtime of 11,100, and we've recorded it in the expenses and also credited the bank. So since the bank is credited and we've not recorded anything for this airtime, it will show us that yeah, there is so amount of money missing that we've not recorded. That is one thing I love about this check. And if there are two figures there, your final trial balance will not be equal, and this your check here will not be equal to, the thing will not be equal to zero again. This your check in your statement of financial position and your cash flow statement, there will not be zero again, meaning you need to correct your work before proceeding. So let me put it back. So airtime is equal to, I'll go back to my journal. I'll look for airtime. Yeah, this is airtime, and I click it. You see everything is showing me 000, meaning everything is balanced. So that is it about this trial balance. So the next thing is the notes to the next thing is the notes to the accounts. The note of the account gives us, the notes of the account gives us more information about the figures in the financial statement. And another reason for us to prepare our notes to accounts is because IAS1, which is the presentation of financial reports, want us to have a note to the accounts to show more information on on the account to the users. That is the main reason of us preparing the notes to account. The note of the account is just like, let me just call it in a layman word, like all those workings that we do. Like when we're preparing the account, we just write working 1, working 2, working 3, all those type of stuff. That is the note of the account, so that the users of the account will know how all these figures that we are getting, how did the figures come into this financial statement. So that is it about the note of the account. So let me show you things about this note of the account. So in this notes 1 to 4, we have the turnover for note 1, the cost of sales for note 2, operating expenses and administrative expenses. So the turnover, which is our revenue and sales, is this the service income, or let me say if it's for businesses that has that deals with goods or services, you can just put normal sales instead of service income. So this figure that we got here now is from our trial balance. That is one of the best thing about this my Excel. About this Excel template. It's from the trial balance. As long as you've put in you've gotten your ledger and your trial balance equal, as long as you've gotten them to be equal and correct, the figures will automatically flow to the note of account. See this one, I say service income, which is this, is showing us that it is from the trial balance from column 027 plus trial balance 0 plus 28 028. So let's go and look at it. So trial balance 027, that is trial balance, this is trial balance 027. Let's look at 27 will be up 027. This is 27 027. So 027, which is the final trial balance, because it's the final trial balance figure that we are going to be put into the note of the account, which is going to be flowing to the statement of profit and loss, the statement of financial position, and also the statement of cash flow. So zero trial balance is the 027 is this amount, that is 1955562, and they said plus one other figure, that is the TB 028, that is the one under that one, that is 027 and 028. 027, which is this, and 028. When you add these two together, that is this under our income. When you add these two together, it should give us this figure here. It should give us this figure here. And in this particular account that I prepared, there was no return on service income. There was no money returned. If there were any money returned, we would have recorded it. We would have recorded it here, which is this amount, this place. And since we record it here, the thing will flow to this aspect. It will flow here. So the thing we just do this one minus this one to give us the total turnover. But since there was no return, you just give us this normal amount here. So the next one is our cost of sales. The cost of sales normally is our opening plus our purchase. And this particular one I'm showing you, there was no opening this thing balances. We just purchased something. So the total cost of sales would be this amount. Same goes for the operating expenses. The administrative expenses also. And one thing about our expenses, even though I'm going to talk about it more in our next video also, is that this template here does not carry all the whole type of expenses in this world. So if there are any expenses that you want to record and the expenses is not under this trial balance, is not under here, you can just come and create a line or a space for it. You can just come here and click here. You can just click here and come to insert and add one more row here, and let's talk about the type of expenses you want to put. Let me see, you want to put expenses for water, for example. You can just come here and put it here and put the opening balance if there is, or the transaction within the year and put it there. As simple as that. So once you've done something like that, you come to your notes to your account. You also come here, you add and put that same expenses and the amount here. As simple as that. As simple as that. That is it about the administrative expenses. This one is for the taxation, that is your income tax and your VAT. Same thing. If you have if you have if you have recorded it well in your trial balance, it will flow here. Same goes to the note 5, and the note 5 is for property, plant and equipment, which is your PPE. You can put your assets here. The company might have more than one asset, two asset, three asset, and different type of assets. Like this particular this, I've already created a template that shows for furniture and fitting equipment, motor vehicle, and also machinery. But if there's another type of equipment or PPE that the company have that is not here, you can just come and create this thing here. Just you click here and you click your insert. You write the name of this thing, the property. Write the name of the property and you put it. Everything will flow where to here. So that is it about this one. I'm going to show you how to do all this. I'm going to show you how to do all this later on. Same goes to the note 6 to 9, and for the note 6 to 9 is our cash and cash equivalent, and our cash and cash equivalent flows from this place, which is our bank. It flows from here, which is our bank. And our cash and cash equivalent, it should give us our closing balance, our closing ledger balance, our final trial balance. This thing is going to flow. This final trial balance is going to flow to here. It's going to flow. This is it. Trial balance N13 350, and we got it from here. So the main issue here is if you can put your transaction where in this trial balance and ledger. If you can put it where, it will flow. It will flow to the notes. It will flow for the note, and since it's flowing to the notes, it would also flow to the statement of profit and loss and statement of financial position and statement of changes in equity, and also the statement of cash flow. So for the next one, which is notes 10 to 13, that is for loan, for owner's capital and everything. As long as you are inserting them where in the trial balance and ledger, the thing will automatically come here. So that is it about the notes. That is it about the notes to accounts. The next one is the statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. So the statement of profit and loss is already here, and this one is also self-balancing in this template. As long as your notes to the account is balanced, is okay, it will be flowing to your statement of profit and loss. So this is it. This particular figure, this cost of service, is flowing from the note 1 E16, note 1 to 4 E16. So let's go to note 1 to 4. Note 1 to 4 E16. Note 1 to 4, that is this sheet, to E16, which is this 16 under E, which is 2305563, which is this. Same thing for cost of service is also going to flow from our note 1 to 4. If you've noticed, our statement of profit and loss is flowing from our notes, while our note is flowing from our trial balance. So that is it. Once your trial balance is okay, it's going to flow to the notes, and once the note is okay, it's also going to flow to the statement of profit and loss using this template, and it will give you a profit or loss for the year. So that is it about the statement of profit and loss. The next one is our statement of financial position. The statement of financial position is still the same thing. Look at this one at the motor vehicle. It's flowing from our notes. And remember, the note is flowing from the trial balance. It's flowing from the trial balance. So motor vehicle is flowing from note 5 F19. Note 5 F19. So this is note 5 and this is F and this is 19. So F19 equals to 1009296. 1009296. That is it. And there is no other asset again for this business. So the total non-current liability would be this one. If there were other things here, the thing would flow. It would flow to the. It should just automatically sum itself in the non-current asset. Same goes to the current assets. Our trade receivable and our cash and cash equivalents. The trade receivable is from notes 10 to 13 D34. If you come to notes 10 to 13 D34, you will see the trade receivable. Note D34, which is this. That is 20,000 naira. You see it's 20,000 naira. Same thing for cash and cash equivalent. Cash and cash equivalent is note 6 to 9 C14. Note C to 9 C14. That is this C14, which is 350,000. So the main thing here, the good news about this template is, as long as you've recorded you've removed your this thing, you've analyzed the bank statement and bring a summary, and the summary you posted it to the journal, which I'm going to show you how to do. And the journal, you posted the journal to the trial balance, and the trial balance, the posted to the trial balance, it will automatically flow to the notes to account, and the notes to account will automatically flow to the statement of financial position, the statement of profit and loss, and also the statement of cash flow. It will flow to it automatically. Like see, this one now is, this amount here is coming from, I'm not the one that put these figures there, these figures are coming by itself. So this particular figure is coming from the statement of profit and loss in number D27. So statement of profit and loss D27 equals to 1181483. This is the same figure for here, 1181483. Same thing goes for all these ones. I've already done the template in a way that once you've recorded your journal to the trial balance, everything will just automatically go well for you. So that is it about the statement of cash flow. Same goes to the statement of changes in equity. That same goes to it. This one is flowing from statement of profit and loss D31. D31 will be this amount. That is D and 31. That is 827038. You see, that is it. That is how we create our financial statement. So after doing your statement of change in equity, you are done with the financial statement. So the next thing you do, you should just save and send to whoever you want to send it to. But although before doing that, let me show you the cover pages and other things in the sheets. So the first thing here is your cover page. In this cover page, you can edit the name of the business. So you just click here, this particular place here. This is the name of this particular business. You can edit it. You can edit the name of the business in this particular aspect. Why here? This is the financial statement. You just leave here this way it is, and this particular one here, which is for the year ended, you can edit this one to fit whatever you want to, the month you are preparing the account, or the year ended you are preparing the account. Why this one here is table of contents. So this financial statement and for the year end is linking to this cover page. Is linking to the cover page. So when you come to this place, financial statements is linking to CP, which is cover page C15, and C15 is under the CP is C15 is this C and this 15. That is the financial statement. When you come to here, financial statement is C15. See under CP C15. While for the year ended, CP C16. Come to the CP, the C16 C16 is this one. So you can come here to change the months or whatever. So just come here, put December. December, if you are preparing the account for December year end, let's put here as 2025. So when you press OK and you go back to your table of contents, which is this CPG here, it has already changed from 31st of May 2024 to 31st of December 2024. So this one and this one is linked. This for the year ended and financial statement is linking to the cover page, but this name of the business, which is Azrari, is not linking to that one. So you just change this one here, change it to Azra, like to whatever you want to change the thing to. Just change it to the business name of the owner. And this place also is also the table of content. Also the table of content. The company history should be at first page, the director information second page, whatever, and like this. So to check the pages of all this thing, let me say okay, the statement of profit and loss. Let's look the page. The statement of profit and loss is, we can also edit this one to fit the pages. So let's look whose page this statement of profit and loss is. Just click it. You can enter our view page layouts. So under the page layout, you can scroll down. You will see the page number. So you can edit it to whatever you want to correspond with your table of content. So that is how you number your work. So after the table of content, the next one is your company brief history, which is denoted as BH. So the business owner can tell you about the history, like when he started the business, is he a private company or a limited liability company, whatever it is. You can just put a brief history here. For me, I will just advise you to just put the name of the business here, put the date the business commenced, year, and the year and the month, and where the business is located. I will just advise you to just do something like that. The next one is the corporate information. So if it's like a big company or a firm, let me say for a firm for example, you can write the name of the directors, where the office is located, the number they should contact, and the company registration numbers with the bankers and also the auditors. That is it for the company and for the corporate information. The next one is the director reports. So this one there is still the same thing. Just put the name of your company, which will be there already. Put the name of your company or just write it there. Just change all these things to correspond to whatever I want it to correspond. The remaining one you should just leave it the same thing. So this one now, the principal activity of the business, you put the principal activity of the business there. The director responsibilities, also you also put this one. But all these ones is something that you can just leave it like that. The next one is the accounting principles, accounting policy. So this one I can leave this one exactly the same way this one is. So the basis of accounting, the financial statements are prepared under the historical cost concepts. 1. The revenue. The revenue represents service income rendered to third party. Because this business that we prepared accounts for is a service business. So if it was a good business, like somebody that sells something, you can put a product business, or a, let me say, just put it as sales instead of service income. The next one is tax. The tax rule. You leave this one the same way it is. The property, plant and equipment. The property, plant and equipment are stated at cost less accumulated depreciation and impairment loss. Leave this one like this. The next one is the depreciation of property, plant and equipment. The 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 equipment in the business, you can just list them here and and list and depreciate it according to the company, or let me say the business owner policy. Or maybe you can just formulate it by yourself and say, okay, we are going to just use 20% for office, 20% for furniture, 20% for plant and machinery, and the percent that you are using here, the percent that you list here, is the same percent that you are going to use in your note 5. In your note 5, the same percent you are going to use in this your note 5, because when we look at the charge of the year, that is the depreciation charge for the year, we used 25%. We used 25%. So is this 25% that you are supposed to put? You are supposed to put the 25%. Put the motor vehicle and put 25%. So that is how you are supposed to do it. Amortization. The workshop consumable are tools whose economic useful lifespan over a year are amortized for a period of 5 years. This one depends on the policy of the business you are doing for. And this one, the next one is going concern. The financial statements are prepared on the basis of accounting policy applicable to a going concern. Since you are not preparing account for a liquidator, you are not a liquidator, or you are not preparing a bankruptcy account, it's supposed to be a going concern. That is, you are preparing accounts in a going concern way. So you leave this particular one like this. And the only thing you're supposed to change here is depreciation, the depreciation rates. Yeah, just the depreciation rate in this particular aspect. So you can just arrange everything the way you want to arrange it, and change the numbers, change the page numbers. Once you change the page number, you can come here and also change it these particular places. You can come here and change the page numbers here. So once you've done that, you can just save. You can save it. You can save it. So once you save it, you can send it to whoever you want to send it to, or you can print. You can print it. Everything will come out. So that is it about how to use these templates. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to analyze the bank statement and bring out a bank summary from it. Thank you.